Mrs. Clackett, here to What are the dates?
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. I'm here to invite you to see our show, Noises Off, here in... Lloyd, one more time, please.
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. Oh, whatever. Come see our lovely show, Noises Off, here in the MPAC at November 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. See you there. I'm done.
All right, so it is Carnival Day for AMDM. Our kids have been working on creating games. They had to figure out the probability for winning each of their prizes. And then they figured out the expected value, what they're going to expect to have to pay out for each win. And in the end, they're going to figure out their overall profit for how they did and what they ended up making on their game.
So this is my project for the carnival. Basically, it's a witch ring toss. It doesn't matter which one you throw, as long as you get one, you get some candy. And everybody basically has their own thing. It's pretty fun if you ask me.
this Friday. I hope y'all are ready to drive into that traffic at 12. And we also have the challenge coin. All coming up on Blue Devil News Live.
Hello and good morning. Today is November 4th and it is an A-Day. For all my Braves fans, even though I'm a part-time Dodgers fan, I know that you're excited about the big parade.
The parade starts at noon on Friday, November 5th. The location will first start at the Centennial Olympic Park and the Truist Park. If you're going to the historical event, then you're ready to sport your favorite Braves gear. Also, due to this event, there will be no school.
Woo!
And on that note, let's pitch the ball over to the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey Fatima, are you going to the play?
I don't know. What is it about?
I don't know. I'm not a theater kid, but watch this quick trailer to get an idea.
Hello there, I'm Mrs. Clackett, here to What are the dates?
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. I'm here to invite you to see our show, Noises Off, here in... Lloyd, one more time, please.
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. Whatever. Come see our lovely show, Noises Off, here in the MPAC at November 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. See you there. I'm done.
Don't forget, it's on November 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. in the Impact.
Just like every Friday, we usually have Mr. Ball. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it, but we have Mr. Dempsey.
Except this time it's on a Thursday for some reason. Let's head over to Ballroom News. Take it away.
What? I'm sorry. Okay, I feel like I should see myself on camera right now. I'm obviously not Mr. Ball. Man, this is really dark in here. All right, I'm obviously not Mr. Ball. We had a shelter-in-place drill this morning, and he couldn't be here. But I did want to just hop in real quick and say thank y'all for watching. We hope you're watching. We really enjoy bringing you the show each day. And the people who bring you the show are these guys right here. We got, I'm like looking at this backwards. We got Fatima and Aiden. Y'all, what's it like working on the show each day?
I enjoy it.
I enjoy it too.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do to make the show happen?
So I usually write scripts and I will help make graphics for the show.
And I usually just edit videos.
Awesome. Now, is this something that y'all are interested in doing after high school?
Of course.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, I'm not going to keep this going because I'm incredibly uncomfortable and I can't think of any more questions. But what I will say is you learn skills in this class that are going to prepare you for a future. And it may not be in doing film, may not be in television, but this is a communications class, so there's a lot that you can gain from this. Just like all of our career tech classes, we look forward to having you join us and getting you prepared for the future. I'm going to awkwardly walk out of the way now.
Wrap it up.
Yes, Dempsey.
Thank you, Mr. Dempsey. Now let's take some time to recognize the 59th recipient of the Daily Challenge Coin.
Bring you back to Mr. Ball along with Lisa to bestow the coin onto the selected underclassmen.
Very important announcement. y'all hear me on the mic before? Yeah. That was cool. Super fun. So, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Lisa Glunt.
You are? Lisa. And who'd you pick for your Be Somebody coin?
I picked Crystal McQueen.
Yeah! Come on, Crystal. Why did you pick Crystal?
I picked Crystal because she works really hard and she has a very positive attitude every time we go to practice. Yeah.
And sometimes it's tough to have pretty positive
It's tough.
attitude. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Give her a coin.
There you go.
There's a bowl. Rocking the pink hoodies. I didn't get the memo that we borrow.
Congratulations to Crystal on receiving your coin, and always strive to be somebody. I wish I could get one of those.
I'm sure you will be at some point. We've got plenty of those days left and more coins to give. And now on to some announcements.
For many people, math is just one of those things that we have to do in school, but in one class, they're learning that math can be all about fun and games. Literally. Good Morning Marietta's Denny Miguel pulls back the curtain on this year's AMDM Carnival.
All right, so it is Carnival Day for AMDM. Our kids have been working on creating games. They had to figure out the probability for winning each of their prizes. And then they figured out the expected value, what they're going to expect to have to pay out for each win. And in the end, they're going to figure out their overall profit for how they did and what they ended up making on their game.
So this is my project for the carnival. Basically, it's a witch ring toss. It doesn't matter which one you throw, as long as you get one, you get some candy. And everybody basically has their own thing. It's pretty fun if you ask me.
And if you're like Mr. Dempsey and have no idea what AMDM stands for, it's our Advanced Mathematical Decision-Making class.
The Better at Pancakes breakfast is coming up, sponsored by our Marietta baseball team. It will be on the MHS cafeteria on Saturday, November 6th from 8 to 11 a.m. Tickets can be purchased from any of the MHS baseball players or at the door. Come in and enjoy some good old flapjacks on November 6th.
Winter Guard is rolling into town. Take a look at this graphic we've got for you. Winter Guard training days are November 4th, 8th, and 11th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. The official tryout days are November 15th, 16th, and 17th, and 18th from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Everything will be held in the MHS band room. Scan the QR code or copy the link to fill out the interest form. The next Diversity Club meeting will be next Monday, November 8th in the Media Center at 2:45. The topics will be social justice and art, so make sure to check it out. Remember, next Monday at 2:45 in the Media Center.
Does one of your friends or family members play on the blue baseball basketball team? If you do, you should consider downloading the Marietta basketball app. This app is available on the Google Play Store and in the Apple Store. This gives you all the upcoming events, schedules, and information. You can also check the roster and see team photos.
Isn't it crazy how the Braves winning got us a day off of school?
I hope they repeat it next year. I'm sure we would all love a potential free day next year.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Aiden Allegro.
I'm Fatima Badillo. And we hope you have a good morning, Marietta.
right, so it is Carnival Day for AMDM. Our kids have been working on creating games. They had to figure out the probability for winning each of their prizes. And then they figured out the expected value, what they're going to expect to have to pay out for each win. And in the end, they're going to figure out their overall profit for how they did and what they ended up making on their game.
So this is my project for the carnival. Basically, it's a witch ring toss. It doesn't matter which one you throw, as long as you get one, you get some candy. And everybody basically has their own thing. It's pretty fun if you ask me.
Hello there, I'm Mrs. Clackett, here to What are the dates?
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. I'm here to invite you to see our show, Noises Off, here at... Lloyd, one more time, please.
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. Whatever. Come see our lovely show, Noises Off, here in the MPAC at November 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. See you there. I'm done.
Between myself and Miss Hooley, we've got foundations. So that's 2 levels of drawing, 2 levels of painting, and 2 levels of sculpture. And then the end result for that is going to be AP Studio Art. And we have 3 types of AP Studio Art as well. So many options.
A grid drawing is where you take one picture that has a grid drawn over it or something, and you blow it up onto a larger piece of paper that you also draw a light grid onto so that you can get it as accurate as possible.
I tell them that it's very fun to join, that everyone is generally chill in class, and you could get a lot of new skills in art.
Hennessy drops back, fires over the middle. Touchdown, Marietta. McKenna. Madison McKinley on the tackle. Hennessy drops back, so to the left side. Launches it downfield. It's good. Caught, and steady. Touchdown! Michaela Walker. Touchdown, Marietta. 38 yards into the end zone. 6 more points to Marietta's lead. If we look at this Axis replay. That was a beautiful pass. Right into the breadbasket right there. That one is picked off. Michaela McKenna going down the sideline. 20, touchdown, Blue Devils. Michaela McKenna. We've been saying her name a lot, and she puts 6 more points up on the board off an interception.
Nice little pick 6 by there, by the defense.
Learning a foreign language is one of the most important things a high schooler can do, especially learning Spanish. Students can expect to absorb the knowledge and culture of Hispanic countries and become more interesting and thoughtful people for it. The basics of carrying a conversation with a massive section of the world. 559 million people strong.
Hey, Sophia, I think Charlotte might be a witch.
What makes you say that?
The new kitchen is amazing. I mean, the space that we have when we're able to do our labs, all the students, because there's so many of them, it's about 30, 35 of them at particular times. It helps us to be able to space out, have all the electricity we need, get all of our equipment that we need, have all of the things in a place to where it really is more homey of a commercial kitchen so that we can have a whole learning experience for everyone. To me, food is like the concept of master something so that you can figure out patterns of life. Well, for me, food is something that I've mastered because I've been into it for going on 20 years at this point. So now I can express myself through food and share it with children. However, my goal is not honestly only to teach people culinary, but to teach them experiences that help lift their self-esteem.
Flag football is pretty much a non-contact sport. It's still football. Getting the opportunity to play here at Marietta has been fun, and then alongside playing with some good athletes has also been fun. This year, we're still building and we're still growing as a family. We got a lot of new people on the team, so we're just trying to help them out. And as a senior, just trying to lead by example. It's fun. I get to get out and get active and stay in shape, and then also on top of that, I get to go win games with people I love playing with.
We code video games. There's a lot of videos that you watch and it kind of takes you through how to code different concepts, and each project that we do ramps up in difficulty.
My students, I try to get them to be able to build a game from scratch and be able to make it playable and make it interesting and fun for the user.
looks like it's hello. Yeah, it's bouncing to my voice. All right. All right. I just need to figure out where he's at. Can you say it again? All right, cool. Hello. This is Bummer.
All right, so it is Carnival Day for AMDM. Our kids have been working on creating games. They had to figure out the probability for winning each of their prizes. And then they figured out the expected value, what they're going to expect to have to pay out for each win. And in the end, they're going to figure out their overall profit for how they did and what they ended up making on their game.
So this is my project for the carnival. Basically, it's a witch ring toss. It doesn't matter which one you throw, as long as you get one, you get some candy. And everybody basically has their own thing. It's pretty fun if you ask me.
Hello there, I'm Mrs. Clackett, here to What are the dates?
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. I'm here to invite you to see our show, Noises Off, here in... Lloyd, one more time, please.
November 5th and 6th at 7 o'clock.
Right. Oh, whatever. Come see our lovely show, Noises Off, here in the MPAC at November 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. See you there. I'm done.
Between myself and Miss Hooley, we've got foundations. So that's 2 levels of drawing, 2 levels of painting, and 2 levels of sculpture. And then the end result for that is going to be AP Studio Art. And we have 3 types of AP Studio Art as well. So many, many options.
A grid drawing is where you take one picture that has a grid drawn over it or something, and you blow it up onto a larger piece of paper that you also draw a light grid onto so that you can get it as accurate as possible.
I tell them that it's very fun to join, that everyone is generally chill in class, and you can get a lot of new skills in art.
Hennessy drops it back, fires over the middle. Touchdown, Marietta. Akila McKenna Madison McKinley on the tackle.
Hennessy drops back, so to the left side, launches it downfield.
Good.
Caught, and steady, touchdown!
Michaela Walker,
Touchdown, Marietta.
38 yards into the end zone. 6 more points to Marietta's lead. So we look at this Axis replay.
That was a beautiful pass. Right into the breadbasket right there.
That one is picked off. Michaela McKenna going down the sideline. 20, touchdown, Blue Devils. Michaela McKenna. We've been saying her name a lot, and she puts 6 more points up on the board off an interception.
Nice little pick 6 by there, by the defense.
Learning a foreign language is one of the most important things a high schooler can do, especially learning Spanish. Students can expect to absorb the knowledge and culture of Hispanic countries and become more interesting and thoughtful people for it. The basics of carrying a conversation with a massive section of the world, 559 million people strong.
Hey, Sophia, I think Charlotte might be a witch.
What makes you say that?
When they get up to talk, should I keep zoomed in and track them? Do you hear them talking? You don't? My channels are moving up right now.
sense to you from Dempsey? I think I'm supposed to tell you guys, not your Gus.
Okay.
Y'all good?
Yeah, I think we should be good. What did you say? The XLR's in. Mute my mic? How do I do that? Oh, on the interview? No.
Hey, everybody.
Okay. I need headphones.
Really going? Oh, where? Spring Valley. Bridges. Right on the other side. Okay. Cool. I was blowing Pizza Hut. Let me tell you. That's
You literally can go anywhere you want, do whatever you want when you get there. Because you guys have got such an amazing education coming to Marietta. Whether you want to stay with PTA, whether you want to go to Vanderbilt, whether you want to go to University of Southern California, you go anywhere you want. All in control. You are the master and commander of your destiny. You are steering the ship. This medal is the official honor medal of Marietta High School. Today, we want to give it to three of you. Hey, can you do the honors? Look at you, big time! Give them a round of applause! Give me a sister. Say hey, Olivia. Say I love you. Graduate, don't be late. I love it. Yes, you got it. because it reminds us of all the great things and fun facts that you will find in Marietta High School. All of your talent, all of your kindness, all of your generosity, all of your intellect, all of your hard work. If you're an artist, if you're an athlete, if you're a leader in the community, or out the leader, wherever you want to be, you can be at Marietta High School. You guys decided to like every student in the area that's in the grade is the best of the game. We're going to put your name in the comments. It's going to be outstanding. Remember, that's part of your line to it. The only thing you're going to do about it is the life. Don't be the greatest on May 27th, 2021, and you give your meeting. Don't be that dude. Constantly strive to get better. All right, Dr. Hibbs, are you ready? We're going to count down. When I get to one, you're going to throw your towel and go graduate. 3, 2, 1, graduate! Great job! And that's how fast it goes. Blink of an eye. Welcome, class of 2026. How are you? Oh, I'm fantastic. As always, I am so excited to see human beings, many of which will all be in our hallways next year. And again, it's going to come super quick. My name is Keith Ball, I'm a proud principal. This is my senior year, actually. I'm looking for a diploma. It's my 4th year at Marietta High School. I'm hoping to earn full ID. With an emphasis in some career pathways that I'm looking for. I have double language in French and sign language, and I play 5 sports. So that's what I do at Marietta High School. And that's just before 9 o'clock in the morning. So for all of you that are coming here tonight, you're going to get a bunch of information. All you need to do is just take a breath, kind of let it just wash over you for a second. It's only November 4th. It's not May 4th, it's not June 4th, it's not July 4th, it's November 4th. The reason we have you come in so early is we know it's a lot. I've been doing this for 23 years and it's overwhelming to me. When my kiddo eventually comes through here, I'm going to be sitting in the same spot going, holy smokes, what do I do? It's okay. You have amazing people to help you through this. Doesn't mean it's perfect. It means that they're going to give you the best opportunity to learn everything you can, so we can optimize all the great things that your kiddo brings to Marietta High School. It's a huge place, 450,000 square feet. This place is beautiful. This is our J Hall, which has portions of our career pathways, which are actually all over the building. We have over 20 career pathways. You get a full IB diploma, partial IB diploma, a career diploma. Each and every one of you will come up already in the MHS.p program. Here's my suggestion. My recommendation, almost my plea or my prayer for each of you, test yourself to be the best person you can be. So if that's an advanced class, take an advanced class. If that's as an athlete, be an athlete. If that's as an artist, be an artist. If that's as a scientist, be a scientist. Anything that you are good at, you are passionate about, is going to lead you to a life that you are proud of and you're happy about. At the same time, your parents are like, well, they gotta make some money. Yeah. Making a living is what you get. Making a life is what you get. You have the opportunity to practice that here at Marietta High School before you go off to learn, earn, and serve at the next level. So ask questions, be curious, take a lot of courses, and have an unbelievable time. I do every single day. This is a great place to be that I choose to be. It's the 3rd place I've been principal of, and it's the most awesome, exhausting job I've ever had in my life. When I started as principal, I was 6'2". 5'6". It's all good because the kids grow past us. And I know you're feeling the same thing because you're like, what happened to the child I used to do this to, or you're now doing this to? Believe me, I get it. There's 2,600 of them all day, my neck hurts. It's okay, you're supposed to grow up. You guys are doing a great job as a parent because you're here tonight. It's rainy and it's cold. I know the Braves aren't on, but I'm sure there's something else special that you want to watch. So thank you so much for being here. Please don't go away. If you're like, they don't allow parents in high school. Lies! We want you in high school. Little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. And we need to be a partner to work that out together. All right? It's going to be an outstanding evening. Remember, take it all in. You don't have to send a detailed email tomorrow going, I have 87 questions about everything you said last time. We'll take 86 and we'll answer the 87th one on another day. All good? All right. Go Big Blue. Here we go. This game.
Good evening, everybody. I am Miss Kane. I will be your assistant principal next year. I am so excited to see all of you. We are so thankful that you took the time out tonight to see what we have going on at Marietta High School. So, it's a lot of information, so relax. It will all make sense once you get here. I'll try to make it short and sweet, but like I said, it's a lot of information. It's different coming from middle school, transitioning into high school. We do things a little bit differently here, so just woosah and take a deep breath, okay? So here we go. Alright, so like I said, a lot of information. The first thing that you want to know is that this is what we call a transcript, okay? So one of the things that you will make sure you understand is that when you earn a grade, it's a credit. So you look at your transcript to determine where you stand in terms of graduation, okay? So
It should be good now.
over and over again, you make sure that you do your best at the end of the day. And understand that you have an A semester and you have a B semester, okay? So everything you do matters your freshman year and also the rest of your years, okay?
To input one or two or like switch something on it.
IB, dual enrollment, you get what's called a. This is calculated in your GPA. It'll give you a little boost so that you can get into the schools that you want. It'll help you out a little bit. So that's just something to know. If you do take the non-core dual enrollment, you will not get quality points. So just FYI. And I understand if this is like way over your head right now, I promise we will go through all of this once you get here.
Switch it over to the inputs.
So basically, you need to earn 23 credits. Okay? Every class you take, you earn a credit. You need 4 years of math, science, and ELA. You need your 3 years of social studies. You do not have to have world language, but if you want to go to a 4-year institution, you do have to take 2 years of a world language. So keep in mind that Spanish, French, that's it, right? Chinese, whatever world language, sign language as well. So you will have to pick up an additional language if you want to go to a 4-year college, okay? What else? We talked a little bit about the career pathways. You were able to see what we have to offer here. We have a lot of things to get into. Our wonderful band. We have all kinds of things you can get into for extracurricular. Oops, did I go too fast? So this is just another example of what you want to earn when you get to high school. This is how you earn your 23 credits. So I'll just give you a second to look at that. But basically the same thing that we said. You need your 4 units of English, math, science, 3 social studies, 3 CTAE, world language or fine arts, and you also need your health and personal fitness. You must take a health course if you want to graduate high school, so keep that in mind, okay? And 4 electives. Okay, so I talked a little bit about having 2 semesters, what we call an A semester and a B semester. For example, if I'm taking 9th grade Lit A, that means in the fall I'm taking that portion and I have to earn that credit in order to get a full credit by the time the spring comes. So let's say I get to high school and I don't do my best. I end up failing. Well, I won't earn that credit for that A portion, so I will have to make that portion up later on, if that makes sense. And like I said, it's a lot to take in, but just know when you get here, you have to be about your business, okay? We talked about that, December and May, and 23 credits to graduate. We are on a block schedule here in high school, A, B block. So that means we have A days. You will take your 4 classes that you have on your schedule on A days. And then on B days, you will take 4 additional classes on those days, okay? Now, this is my second year at Marietta. We have multiple schedules that we have to pay attention to. So don't be afraid if you don't know exactly what's going on day 1. You will have so many people here to support you. We also have our student handbook and all of our schedules and AB block. Everything you want to know is in your student handbook if you ever got lost, okay? So don't get confused, don't get upset. We have resources, okay? Oops. Wrong button. Oops. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so more about block scheduling. We start our school day at 7:45. Now, parents, we have to get our kids in the classroom by 7:45. That's when the school day begins. We will talk about tardies in a minute, but I just want to go ahead and get it out of the way. If a kid is dropped off at 7:46, they are late, okay? We do hold our students to the tardy policy, and we also have a matrix that we follow in terms of consequences when we are late consecutively, okay? What else? We talked about A and B day. We have 8 classes each semester, so on A day you have 4 classes, on B day you have 4 classes for a total of 8, okay? Let's see. This is just another bell schedule. This is how our schedule looks. It may be a little confusing at first, but I promise you will get used to it. So on the first line you see 1A/1B. That just means on A days and B days, this is where the time blocks begin. So you're going to start your 1A at 7:45 and it ends at 9:20. I'm not sure how the middle school is set up, but this is an extended time. So you will be in there for 95 minutes in that one class. So that may be something new for you. And so on 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B. Then we move into our lunch blocks. Each hallway is assigned a lunch block, and you will figure that out on your first day, which lunch you are assigned to. It's a little bit different. I know in middle school, when I was at a middle school, we had to be escorted to our particular location. We do have a little bit more freedom where the expectation is once you are dismissed, you are to report to the cafeteria. Nobody's going to necessarily hold your hand, but you are supposed to go where you are supposed to go, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, attendance. We want to make sure that we are here every single day. One of the #1 problems that we're having right now is that students are staying home or we're being quarantined or whatever the case may be. We encourage you to make sure you're here on time, okay? This is the tardy matrix that I was speaking about. I want to talk about a particular example. So we do have dances, fun things going on, okay? So we just had a homecoming dance. Some of our students were not able to purchase tickets. Why? Because they had too many tardies. So if you get to school constantly late, we will know. The attendance office does a wonderful job keeping track of what time you get to school, especially if you are coming through the front door. So these are the consequences. After the first 3, you have warnings, but on that 4th one, we do have after-school detention. So you want to make sure, like I said, to get here on time, get to every class on time, so you won't have to go through this situation. Or when we get to a time where it's time to purchase a dance ticket or a prom ticket, you won't have to come and see me to figure out, well, Miss Kane, how can I please be excused? So we want to make sure you're on time, okay? Testing. These are a few tests that we do have to administer in high school. I know that you guys are familiar with the MAP test. As freshmen, you will all be taking the MAP test. We want to make sure that you're on track. Final exams may be given in certain classes, especially if they are not EOC courses. They may give you a final exam at the end of the semester. If you are in our ELL population, you have to take the access test. We have EOPA, end of pathway assessment, if you are in your CTAE courses. We offer the PSAT once you get to the 10th grade. And also AccuPlacer, ASVAB, IB, and AP exams. So these are just a few of our tests that we do offer here. Like I said, this is a lot of information, but we promise that we will over-communicate what we're doing when the time comes, okay? Oh, I just keep double-clicking. One of the great things about our high school is that we have a lot of resources for our students. We have our IB director, Ms. Barbara Manuel. She will handle all of your IB needs, and we'll hear a little bit more about IB in a few seconds. We have our middle years program coordinator, Ms. Pam Holman, right here, which I will be passing my mic to her in a few seconds. We have teacher support specialists. We have our MTSS facilitator. We have graduation coach, support specialists, career advisors, work-based learning coordinators, college advisors. We have all the things here at Marietta, okay? So our student life is up next. Marietta Student Life Center. Who? Me? All right, well, I'm up. Here I am. Okay. So another great resource that we have here is our Student Life Center. We have tutoring, and we just launched a virtual tutoring. So there is no reason why you should fall behind here at Marietta High School. We have after-school programs, career counseling, individual counseling, support groups, a food pantry, clothing closet, and it's all located right here at Marietta High School. Here we go. Now, our IB program. Okay, show me what you're clicking. Just clicking this one. That one right there. Yep. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Wow, what a crowd tonight. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our International Baccalaureate program. Again, my name is Pam Holman. I'm the IB MYP coordinator. Now, here's the good news. All of you are IB MYP students. Did you know this? You are. If you're coming directly from Marietta Middle School, you're an IB MYP student because MYP covers grades 6 through 10. So as you enter Marietta High School as a 9th grader, you will be an IB MYP student. So let me explain, a little bit more about that. We offer 3 different programs inside IB here. All of our 9th and 10th graders are IB MYP students at both the honors and the on-level courses. We offer also at the 11th and 12th grade, IB career-related program or IB diploma program. The IB career-related program blends the rigor of IB diploma with real-world career experiences. And then the IB diploma program is recognized worldwide as the best preparation for university, as well as it's a full complement of IB classes in the most rigorous program that MHS offers. The good news is you can all start in 9th grade. So the IB middle years curriculum covers 6 to 8 different subject groups: English, math, world language, social studies and science, and then arts and CTAE. And again, that's at both the honors and on-level classes. All students are taught within an IB MYP curriculum framework, which really prepares you as critical thinkers with global mindedness. We want you to be problem solvers. We want you to take risks in your learning, all of those things to prepare you to make a good decision about what you want to enroll in at the end of your 10th grade year. Whether you want to be IB diploma program, career-related program, a little bit of IB classes maybe in your strongest subject groups. I'll talk about that in a second. As a part of your MYP curriculum, we do not subscribe to the IB MYP assessments because we create our school written assessments based on IB guidelines in all of those subject groups. We use the MYP subject rubrics, and All of the assessments have globally relevant connections for you. You have a personal project that you complete in 10th grade. That's a required component for MYP if you successfully complete your personal project, plus your coursework, plus your community service hours. We encourage students to have a total of 40 hours by the end of 10th grade. You earn an MYP certificate. This is important because it's recognized internationally by IB. It can go on a college application, it can go on a resume, you can include it in your college essay talking about your MYP experiences. And it all prepares you for what you might want to do as an IB student in 11th grade. Ms. Manuel couldn't be here tonight to talk about IB, so I'm going to hit the highlights of the IB diploma program and career-related program classes. She's our coordinator, but this is the gist of what you would enroll in if you want to enroll as an IB diploma program student. You can be full IB or partial IB. And again, like I said, you can blend IB classes with dual enrollment. There are all sorts of ways that we can make the schedule work for you. The academic course requirements are 6 subject areas: English, world language, history, science, math, arts, or another IB elective. You have required IB examinations, both internal and external, that are graded by IB at the end of each course. You take a theory of knowledge course. You complete an extended essay plus CAS, creativity, activity, and service. You can earn 2 diplomas, your MHS graduation diploma and your IB diploma. And then the second thing is career-related curriculum. In 11th and 12th grade, this is another option, which is really great for students to choose. You complete 1 career pathway. You can complete at least 2 IB diploma courses plus take exams. You engage in world language study for both years. And you take a personal and professional skills course where you do a reflective project as well as your service learning. So again, students can earn 2 diplomas here. They can earn an MHS diploma and an IB career-related program certificate. The good news is there's no pressure to decide everything at once. Again, in 9th and 10th grade, you're an IB MYP student, so you're learning all of those critical skills that are going to prepare you to make an informed decision at the end of 10th grade about what you want to do for your last 2 years of high school. Thank you.
Hey, good evening, guys. A lot of familiar faces in here from this program that we've been working on for about 4 years now. I'm Jason Mead. I'm the associate principal and oversee counseling, master schedule, all those kind of things. And this is really the root of what we're going to talk about tonight is the scheduling process for your rising 9th grader coming specifically from Marietta Middle School. So if we have any families here that are not currently at Marietta Middle School, your flow will be a little different. We can get you that information. So everything tonight directly applies to Marietta Middle School. All of this information is already posted on the Schoology page. I'll show you that in a little while. We will post it again on our homepage, and it is streaming, so we'll have an archive of it. So you don't need to remember any of this. We breeze through a lot of information, especially lists with teachers and emails. All of that is there for your reference. And that's really what this PowerPoint was built to be, is a reference for you all as we go through this process, so you have something to refer to every year. If you have one from years past, it applied to that year, it doesn't apply to this year. Kind of like that college catalog when you got there. It applies to your 4 years. So the flow here is where we are currently, and there are a couple of changes, which we'll talk about as we go. So we've got our counselors listed, and one person that did not get introduced earlier is BJ Smith. BJ Smith is Shatala Kane's partner in crime. They share an office suite, and she will be the counselor for all of you all as you roll up next year. So she will be integral in the registration process, and then will be one of your first contacts you'll need to touch base with next year if you need anything. So she shares an office with Ms. Kane. The rest of our counseling staff is there, once again as a reference. All right, registration overview. There are 3 parts to registering a rising 9th grader. It is slightly different than when we register a rising 10th, 11th, or 12th grader. So for you all specifically, there are 3 parts. The first part deals with your teachers at Marietta Middle School right now. We will drive in some core classes. And when I say core classes, I'm talking about English, science, math, social studies, and possibly world language. We will drive those classes in based off of the classes you are currently sitting in, whether it is English 8, Advanced English 8, Enhanced English 8, Enhanced Magnet English 8. We have a flow chart, we'll drive those in. Your teachers will review those between the 8th and the 19th of November. They'll either agree with that recommendation and not touch it, or they'll look at it and say, hey, we think we should go to an honors class, or we think we should step back from an honors class. So that's the first train, is your teachers will review those core classes. The second part deals with all of you students selecting your electives. That's where your choice comes into this process very soon. Your electives will be selected between the 29th of November and the 10th of December. We will come over, we will bring a whole team of guys from the high school, and we'll push into your launch classes. And we'll work with you all as a group and one-on-one during that launch period to actively choose your electives in Aspen. You'll also fill out a hard copy of a sheet so that we have an archive of that you'll submit through Schoology. So you'll choose your electives. You'll choose 3 primary electives, and you'll also choose 3 alternates that we may have to use to build your schedule. We had a preview night tonight for you all to see some of our elective courses, and we will come over on November 17th, 18th, and 19th, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right before Thanksgiving, in your launch and do an elective preview. So Colonel Wilson, who runs our Air Force JROTC program, will drive a bus, we'll have band, we'll have orchestra, we'll have that, we'll go through the CTE pathways. So all 8th graders will see that through their launch period on either the 17th, 18th, or 19th, right before Thanksgiving. So you'll get another preview of what's going on there. So that's the elective preview. Now, the last window doesn't happen until March. So yes, there is a large time lag. So I understand that, parents. We'll make sure we push out plenty of communication. This is your chance to review the course requests that were made by the teachers through that first window and by your students through that second window. So through the 1st of March to the 11th of March, we'll do the parent review of course requests. This is not a schedule at that time. This is the courses that have been requested and the courses that we will use to build that 8-class schedule for when they get here in August. So that happens on the 1st through the 11th of March. When that's done, Lindsay Ustalakis and I will lock ourselves down in that room right there for about 6 weeks and start building the master schedule, and we hope to have something ready to go by May 1st. That parent window is huge because once we clear that parent window, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, for us to take that one kid and move them to a different class. Because everything we do around here is based off of numbers. How many kids are in Honors 9th grade Lit? How many kids are in Algebra 1? How many kids are in reading support? That then determines the sections we're going to offer based off of our staff, and it changes every year. So once we start building, it's really hard to make that change in July. If 30 of you all decide you want to move classes, well, that's a classroom, and that is a full section that now may shift. So we do have hard deadlines, and I understand. I'm a parent here. I have a 9th grader. I've got a 6th grader in the system. I understand it's hard, but that's why this process is so important, and that is why we started so early. All of this is archived. If you have questions, I'll give you the email that you need to email us. We will be there, but March 1st through the 11th, we need you to spend some time with your students reviewing those course requests. If you have questions during that window, you can let us know. We have a form if you want to waive up into a higher rigor class. We have a form if you want to make an elective change. We have processes for you to get involved right then. Because as a parent, you're not there when we register in this November and December. I understand that. You're also not there talking to those middle school teachers. So we get you that opportunity March 1st to the 11th to make any of those changes, and then we lock it down and we start building. I spent a lot of time on about 8 lines of text, but that's extremely important for y'all to understand that timeline. And those 3 windows are very, very important. When the teachers choose, and I'll go over there and talk to the middle school teachers so they understand the flow. When your students choose their elective classes, whether that's a CTE elective, whether that's a fine arts elective, whether that's Air Force JROTC, whether that's PE, whether that's a world language. And then we do that parent review, okay? Throughout this, you'll see some underlying things. Right here you see school year 2023, registration timeline and resources. That's a linked document. I'll show you a copy of it before we get out of here. It has all these links on there for information. So what does a course look like, all right, in Marietta High School? We're going to get into a little bit of the weeds here, all right? First off, we do have some new courses next year. Our engineering, drafter, and design pathway is shifting gears. Right now, we offer engineering, drafting, and design, architecture, drafting, and design, and construction. Hopefully, you all heard the theme in all three of those pathways being very similar. Because of that, we are going from engineering, drafting, and design, and we are shifting to engineering technology. The root of the pathway is the same. A lot of the skills are the same, but it starts differentiating from that architectural drafting and design and gets us into a better engineering flow based off of the pathways we offer. When we brought on engineering years ago, we didn't have architecture, we didn't have construction. We have evolved as we opened this building. We have evolved as we hired personnel. I saw Mr. McCarthy and Ms. Groves here earlier, our construction architecture teachers. So we feel like now's the time to start shifting into engineering technology. That will also become an IB 6 subject class, which we think in 4 years is going to be huge for our students. Your students will be the first ones in that full flow. So instead of taking an IB film or an IB theater, we now have engineering technology that will be an IB 6 subject, which you don't have to worry about until your 10th grade, but that's one of the reasons we did it. Carpentry will come online next year. We started construction 2 years ago. So we taught the first class last year, we taught the second class this year. Carpentry is the terminating class in that pathway. We offer that next year. And then we brought on American Sign Language last year. We are teaching 2 sections of it. We are going to bring on American Sign Language 2, which is the second class in that flow next year. Other than that, we're not planning on adding any courses. We have eliminated some, but we're not looking to add any more. So that is our new courses for next year. Come on. All right, so I'm going to give you some sample course sequences. I need you to understand that over these next 4 slides, none of this is set in stone. None of this has to mirror what your child does. There are a ton of opportunities at Marietta High School. There are a ton of academic paths that mix on-level, IB, AP, honors, electives, fine arts, but we're trying to give you an idea of what a course may, or what a schedule may look like. So, freshman year in math, you may take Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and then a 4th math, maybe Stats Reasoning, maybe AMDM, maybe AP Stats, maybe AP Calculus. It's endless what we can get there. You've got your 9th Lit, your Multicultural Lit, your American Lit, and then a 4th English, maybe it's Dramatic Writing, or Advanced Comp, or AP Lit and Lang, or IB Lit and Lang. We've got a Physical Science, Biology, Environmental flow, American Government. You all can read that. So that is one flow that we can get. If we look at a little higher rigor, if I can get it to stop on the 2, there we go. All right, now we're talking about honors. So this is the first part that I need to start doing some differentiation. When we talk about an honors class, we are talking about a class that happens in your freshman or sophomore year. We only have one honors class that's offered their junior year, and that is Honors Algebra 2. Other than that, all other honors classes happen freshman and sophomore year. When we get into junior and senior year, we're talking about IB and AP classes. So that's how we differentiate the rigor. And honors is a higher rigor than a standard level class. AP and IB are more rigor than honors. So I get a lot of questions. Ms. Smith gets a ton of questions. I want my kid to take honors advanced comp their senior year. Advanced comp's not offered at the honors level. If you're looking for that rigor level, your 12th grade year as an English kid, you've got to get into AP, Lit, English, Lang and Lit. I'm sorry, IB, Lang and Lit, something along those lines. So this is more of a higher rigor. Course schedule. A lot of the courses are the same freshman and sophomore year, just has honors in front of it, and then we've got almost a full IB schedule when we get to junior and senior year. All right, last year we made a change, and we started double blocking our band classes. So this year, all of our band, chorus, and orchestra classes are double blocked, meaning they meet every day, meaning they take up an extra block in the schedule, meaning that is one less class that the student can choose outside of that pathway. But it gives us a better advantage when we talk about playing an instrument or singing every day. So we've got a flow here where it's built with the honors path and then the double block band. All of this is based off of student choice. None of it is right, none of it is wrong. It is all what is the best path for you and your child and what they're looking to do post-graduation. Okay? And we're not going to spend any more time on course sequences, but I do want to talk a little bit about rigorous math. So one of the biggest questions we get is, what math should I take as a freshman? Is it Accelerated 2 because I took Accelerated 1 when I was at the middle school? Is it Honors Algebra 1? Is it Algebra 1 with support? The first question that I'll ask you, the first question that Ms. Holman will ask you from an MIP standpoint, the first question that Ms. Smith or Ms. Kane will ask you is, what are we looking to do? The math you start with really should depend on the math you want to end with. If you're looking to take Math, IB, HL, our highest level math, then we need to get you an Accelerated 1 or Accelerated 2 as a freshman. You don't have to be in Accelerated 1, Accelerated 2 as a freshman to get into an IB math class. You don't have to take Honors Algebra to get into an IB math class. So anybody that comes in here as a freshman and takes a math that is appropriate for the current level where they are can still get into a full IB diploma. We need to dispel that rumor right now and that myth that in order to get an IB diploma you have to be in Honors Algebra as a freshman, or you have to be in Honors Geometry as a freshman, or you have to take Accelerated 1 as a freshman. None of that is true. None of that is true. Right down here on these bottom two lines, all right, or the middle two lines, Math 8, Algebra 1 with support, Honors Geometry, Honors Algebra 2, IB Math. That gets you an IB diploma. And you started Algebra 1 with support. The line below it is the exact same flow without the Honors Geometry, still getting into Honors Algebra 2, and we still get an IB diploma. The rigor level that your child chooses should be based off what the middle school teachers recommend and what they are comfortable with. We recommend that we take the highest rigor level class that our students can be successful with. The highest rigor level class that your students can be successful with. And then we're going to get them where they got to get. So there is a math slide here because math is the biggest question we get from parents and the biggest misconception that we have to dispel as we talk about core course recommendations. Okay? All right. Now, the next 17 slides, I'm not going to sit here and go through. They are there for your reference. And what it Once again, you do not have to have a world language to graduate from high school in the state of Georgia. World language is not a graduation requirement. A four-year institution is going to require at least 2 years consecutively the same language. They will prefer 3 years. That's getting to a four-year college and university, not to graduate from high school. All right, fine arts. We've got sports. We missed band. We've got dance. We've got orchestra. We've got theater, and maybe visual arts if I can get it to stop jumping around. All right, so those are those sequences. They're there for your reference. This is a reference document. At the bottom left is the course catalog. If you're looking through there and you want to go, hey, what in the heck happens in visual arts composition versus Sculpture 1, the course catalog link in the bottom, you can find those courses in there. They're all grouped together and you can read the descriptions. So that's there for your reference. All right, CTE. We've got 21 pathways for you to choose from. When you add in Air Force JROTC, that's 22. I'm going to highlight a couple of the changes so that you have a feel of what's going on. First off, construction here at the bottom. We talked about Carpentry 1. That's being offered this year to create that 3-year pathway. So we will have Carpentry 1 offered to terminate construction. That's a great pathway. We just brought it online. I want to show you. I'm going to throw this remote against the wall in a second. All right. Engineering, drafting, and design is midway down. You'll see that we're not teaching intro to drafting and design. That is in that pathway. So that class doesn't exist anymore because, as we talked about, we're bringing on foundations of engineering and technology. Now, that class is the first pathway class for architecture, so we'll offer it there, but not in that. So you can see the rollout of engineering technology, which is the second line from the bottom, that IB 6-subject pathway. You can see the engineering applications HL year 1 as a senior, or as a junior, and the IB design technology HL year 2 as a senior. So that's coming online with the years it's coming online. So that's a change in our CTA pathways. Marketing will roll out. We only have 1 more year of marketing. That was a pathway that did not have a ton of interest, so we're phasing marketing out. That does not affect anybody here. All right, and then a couple of things we wanted to highlight are the pathways that require some dual enrollment. So if you have a child that is interested in cosmetology, we do not have that as a pathway class here. But we do partner with Chat Tech on the Marietta campus, and we can get to cosmetology through them. We do not do automotive tech here. That's a very expensive pathway to have. Chat Tech has an amazing automotive program. We can get you on their campus. We can provide transportation. We have opportunities and pathways that we don't offer partnering with Chat Tech. And then the top one there is the WellStar Nursing pathway. That is a pathway that us and McEachern are piloting for the state. It is a great pathway if you are sure, as of right now as an 8th grader, a 12 or 13-year-old that you want to be a nurse, we can start talking about the WellStar Nursing pathway. You all chuckle, this is a conversation we've been having for the last 4 years. That's a hard decision for a 12 or 13-year-old to make. But if you want to do it, this is an awesome way to get there with some competitive opportunities for employment as we go through there, and we can talk about it. These are pathways we do not offer all on campus, but we do have partnerships, and that's one of the greatest things about Marietta. The Chat Tech campus is 5 miles away. They don't have construction at Chat Tech. We have it here. We're working to offer it to their students after hours. They have automotive, we don't here. We can get our students into their program. They would like to build us a cosmetology cohort with just our kids, which is huge, as BJ Smith will echo, because then we can schedule them for our alternating AB block and Chat Tech to make sure they graduate and they're able to sit for that cosmetology license. So the opportunities are here, even if we don't have the pathway. Just come talk to us. Come talk to me, come talk to BJ, come talk to Ms. Kane, come talk to Ms. Holman. The opportunities are here for your students to do a ton over the next 4 years. All right, we are almost finished, I promise. 6-subject IB. This really doesn't apply to any of you all in this room right now, but we leave it in there so that you can see it. These are the 6-subject IB, non-core classes that we teach. And you can notice the bottom one, engineering technology, we squeezed on yesterday because we finally got full approval to do what we need to do to get that as an IB pathway. So we're really excited about engineering technology. Leon Grant was up here in the back corner, my back corner. Where is he? Right there. So he's excited about this change in technology. Him and I have been talking about it for probably 4 years now, and we're finally at a point where we can get it happening. So that's going to be a great 6-subject IB class for us. We're excited what we can do there. All right. So this slide here is a few more words that outlines the 3 windows we talked about earlier. You're sitting at the Parent U presentation on that first line. The elective preview you all participated in tonight, and there is the 17th and 18th and 19th when we're coming over to your launch. And we're going to talk to you in the auditorium, let you see a few more things. Rising 9th grade registration will be the 29th through the 10th. We will release that schedule soon. Lindsay Hustalakis, who is our 504 and MTSS facilitator and assists me with the master schedule, was working on building that today. So I will post that in Schoology. Your student will know when we're coming into launch before we just show up and wave. We will give you some advance notice so that you can make sure you can talk to them about their pathways. I don't have that scheduled tonight. I hope to have it next week. So we'll post that in the Schoology page I'm going to show you. Teacher review of core classes we talked about, and then your parent review, the directions for how to complete that, and the 2 forms are right there. If you click on those forms right now, it's going to give you a blank screen that says does not open until March 1st. So you can click on the links, but they are closed currently. All right, where can we find all this information? There is a Schoology page that all of your students at MHS currently are in. If you don't have it, there is the code. You as parents are going to need to log in through their account to see it. But all of this information is linked right there as you see it now. As we get the launch schedule, we'll put that in there so that you know when we're coming. There will be some due dates over there for when we need to submit the registration forms. This is the best place for you all as Marietta High School students and parents to find this information is through the Schoology page. It will be posted on our website. We will have it tucked into some counseling areas. But for you all to find it quickly and easily, go to the Schoology page. It's all there. It's all there. The access code, if for some reason you didn't get added, you can add it. It's an open page to anybody in Schoology at the middle school. They can add it right there. Okay? So that's all these links, all this, the presentation is there. Some of you all have been on the presentation since I put this up last night about 7. We saw it stop popping up on the Google Slides. So you all have seen it. It is there. All right. The next thing, if you have questions, please use this email address, mhsclassschedules@marietta-city.org. It goes to me, and I'm able to funnel it where it needs to go. Maybe you have an IB question that Barbara Manuel is better to answer. Maybe you have an MYP question that Pam Holman should answer. Maybe you have a specific pathway question that we feel Leon Grant is better answering. This is a hub for me to fill those out. I was told last year that by giving out my email address, you all would like to hear directly from me. I have better people and smarter people to answer your questions. So email this, and I will get the answers for you. It will not always come from me. Sometimes it will. Somebody emailed me today and asked about Elective Preview, and I responded. But use this email for all registration questions. I'll filter them out. We'll get them answered. We're turning them over 24, 48 hours. If you haven't heard from us in 48 hours about registration, please email it again. It means that something's happened. We will get them to you, and we'll answer them. So this email has plastered over a ton of information. All right. We have been doing this for 4 years now. I desperately want your feedback on how you thought tonight went. One of the biggest feedbacks is you all talk too much. Normally this goes until about 8 or 8:30. We have shortened it to try to get under 30 minutes. My one charge to Ms. Kane was talk fast. It's all there archived, and it's a long way from when they need it. I've covered things fast. Please, if you get a second, jump on here and tell us what you think. You will see this again. We do a Rising 10 through 12 Parent U in January. Most of the information is the same. The delivery is slightly different. So this will impact your students because you'll see the presentation and we'll get that feedback. So please jump on there and take a minute to do that for us. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, this is Keith Ball. He's not here now. He had to go see his son play in a band concert, but this is his Twitter. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can. All right, it is 7:20, so I'm feeling pretty good about where we are time-wise. I'm sure there are questions, so give me a second. I will open it up for any questions that you think are for the group. If you have questions for me individually, or Ms. Kane, or Ms. Smith, or Ms. Holman, we will be down here around these tables. We're not going to run out. Now, some of you all have never been in Marietta High School before. We don't have the ability right now to give a tour to everybody that wants one. So what Ms. Holman has worked on over the last 10 days, you got those sheets, Ms. Holman? We have a self-guided tour of Marietta High School. So if you would like to take it, we have a map. It has QR codes on it. Tim Nielsen, one of our media specialists, has filmed videos. So when you stand on that star and hit that QR code on the map, it'll tell you about what you're looking at. If you want to take that self-guided tour tonight, we are committed to keeping the building open until 8:30. I'll start making announcements at 8:15 that I would like to go home, so I need you to leave. But I've committed to stay here till 8:30 to keep it open. So if you want that self-guided tour, hey, Ms. Holman, do you mind walking up and see if you can grab it? Because she might be in the Spanish session. I don't know where they are. So Ms. Holman will be at the top of the steps. If you want that, we've got 100 of those maps. So if you're with your family members, everybody doesn't need their own map. Take one, please. We've got 100 copies. But if you want the self-guided tour, you can go through the building. To access the main building, go right through the sky bridge right now. The rest of the exterior doors are locked, so you can go out the back here, but you can't get in anywhere. So go through that sky bridge. It'll take you right to the main building. I apologize that it's not us giving tours. I just don't have that capability right now. We are here for questions. Thank you all so much for coming. Come see me if you have stuff. We want to get this process done correctly. Elementary? You know I'm a high school guy. Hang on a second. Right? Let me get this mic off. Okay.